Hi everybody and welcome. We are going to get started today on our mats in a nice comfortable seat. You can either come onto the backs of the heels coming into your hero's pose, or you can find a nice comfortable crisscross position, whatever feels the best in your body today. I'm going to choose to come into hero's pose, and then you can just let the hands fall gently on the lap, either palms face up or palms face down. We're going to relax those shoulders away from the ears. Soften the eyes, and then begin to tune into your breath. Just beginning to notice the breath at first, noticing the rise and fall of the belly, the expansion and the decompression of the ribs and the lungs. Start to really tap into the ebb and flow of your inhales and exhales. Noticing the way you and your body feels. Noticing the way the mind starts to follow the breath. And just noticing where we are right now in this moment. Noticing if you're holding on to anything. Noticing if you're holding on to tension, any stress or anxiety. And we're just noticing, we're not passing any judgments, we're not trying to change anything. We're just allowing ourselves to go a little deeper and get to know ourselves even more each time we come onto the mat. You can begin to deepen your breath, taking long inhales through the nose. And long exhales all the way out as you push all of that stagnant energy completely out of your vessel. Feeling the belly, the ribs, and the chest expand with each breath in. And feeling the belly, the ribs, and the chest fall with each breath out. Let's find about 3 more breaths here before we begin to move. Let's find one more long breath here, the deepest breath you've taken so far. And let it all the way out. Now, staying in this nice comfortable seat, we're going to keep our eyes closed and just begin to take some gentle neck rolls. Doing whatever feels the best here, dropping one ear to the shoulder, maybe pausing there, or if you're like me, you can take some little half moons, some little half circles. Just starting to find that length throughout the cervical spine. Maybe you choose to roll your head side to side. Maybe you just flip from one ear to the next. Let's take one more full circle. And then we'll slowly start to find our way back to center, lifting the head back towards the sky. We're going to take our hands and place them on the knees, whether you're in this hero's pose or whether you're in that nice, comfortable crisscross position. On your next breath in, we're going to start to arch the back, lift the chest, throat, and gaze as you find your cow. And then exhale as you round the spine, draw your belly button in, chin towards your chest to find your cat. Inhale as you send the chest through the arms, arch the back, lift the gaze. Exhale as you round the spine, belly button draws in, chin towards our chest. We'll find one more round here. Inhale, open back up for your cow. Exhale as you round through the spine, finding that cat. Then on your next breath in, slowly rise back to that nice neutral spine. We're going to open our arms out to that goalpost or cactus position. Then on your next breath in, we're going to take 3 more rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the chest, throat, and gaze as you peel your elbows back behind you. Exhale as you start to round through the spine. Draw the forearms and palms together. Tuck your chin to your chest and take your cat. 2 more times. Inhale, open back up, peel the chest through the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale as you round through the spine. Bring your forearms and palms together. 1 more time, inhale for cow. And exhale, find that cat position. Really draw your elbows down as if they were being energetically pulled towards your belly button. Keep tucking your chin to your chest. Let's take 1 more extended breath here. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise. We'll release those arms down. And if you're in hero's pose, we're gently going to find ourselves onto our seat. If you're already in that comfortable seat, then you can just stay there. We're going to bring our feet together, knees out wide, coming into that Baddha Konasana. So try to walk your heels as close into your center line as you can. Grab onto the ankles as we inhale, lengthen, sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you start to hinge forward with a nice flat back. So your belly button is going to draw down towards the heels. We're going to keep that nice long spine until you can't go anymore. Then once you've reached your edge, we're going to round down and bring your face down towards your feet. Big long breath in here. Exhale as you fold deeper into your butterfly pose. 2 more breaths. And last, inhale and exhale. Then on your next breath in, slowly start to rise all the way back to seated. We're going to grab onto the outsides of the knees, pick the knees back to center, place the hands behind the hips, spread the feet wide, and we're just going to gently windshield wiper those knees side to side. And then picking the knees back up to center. We're going to lengthen our legs out long on the mat. You're going to walk your flesh out from underneath your sits bones. Legs are going to be glued together and toes are going to flex back towards the face. Inhale as you reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, start to hinge and fold forward. Chest comes down to the thighs, nose comes down to the knees. If the backs of the legs are really tight here, then we can take that nice soft bend through the knees. Just making sure that the feet stay flexed back towards your face the entire time. We want to try to draw the chest onto the thighs. So you can just kind of let yourself hang here. Let that chin tuck towards your chest. Let your forehead come down towards the shins. And we're going to feel a really big stretch throughout the backs of the legs and throughout the backside of the body. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. 1 more breath here. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to roll yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. Lengthen the legs all the way out long. We're going to keep that right leg out. Start to bend through the left leg. Bottom of the foot's going to come to the inside of the right thigh. So right toes are going to peel back towards your face. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, start to melt and fold all the way over that right leg. So chest is coming down to the thigh. Nose is coming down to the knee. If this is really intense on the back of that right hamstring, we can always bend through the knee and then rest your chest on that bent thigh. So we're really just honoring our body here, honoring what feels good, listening to our body, and making sure that we never push or force anything. Inhale to lengthen, grow your spine long. Exhale to fold deeper. 1 more breath here as you keep peeling your toes back towards your face. Then on your next breath in, slowly start to roll up 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to place that left hand behind the left hip. Fingertips are going to point back behind us. Inhale as you reach the right arm up and then press into that left hand. You're going to start to lift the hips. So we're coming onto that left shin and we're coming onto that right foot. Reaching those right fingertips back behind us. Take that little back bend as you open the heart and lift the chest. One more big breath here. Then slowly, as you inhale, start to melt the hips back towards the mat. And then exhale, slowly unwind, coming back to center. From here, we're going to pick that left knee up and send it straight up to the sky. So we're going to have about a fist distance in between our foot and our thigh. Inhale as you reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you twist towards that left side. Right elbow hooks around the left knee. Left fingertips come back behind you. Inhale as you grow your spine really nice and long. Exhale as you twist and shift your gaze over that left shoulder. Right toes should be flexing back towards the face the entire time, so really active dorsiflexion through that right foot. One more breath, inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. On your next inhale, shift your gaze forward, and then we'll exhale, slowly unwind. We'll lengthen that left leg all the way out long. You can shake it out. And then we'll switch sides. So left leg's gonna stay out long. Right leg's gonna bend, bottom of the right foot to the inside of that left leg. Flex those left toes back towards your face, and then inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you melt the heart forward, chest to thigh, nose to knees. We're coming into that head to knee pose. Or seated tree. We want those left toes to stay flexed back towards your face the entire time as you keep melting all the way down. One more big long breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to rise on up. That right hand's gonna plant down behind that right hip. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up, and then start to press into that right hand as you lift the hips and reach those left fingertips back behind you, a little back bend. One more long breath. Then from here, we'll slowly start to inhale, lower the hips back down towards the floor. We're gonna pick that right knee up and send the knee straight up towards the sky. We're gonna have about a fist distance in between our foot and our thigh. Inhale as you reach the arms towards the sky, and then exhale, take your twist over to that right side. Left elbow is gonna hook around the right knee, right fingertips come back behind you. Inhale as you grow your spine nice and long. Exhale as you continue to twist. One more breath. Beautiful. On your next inhale, slowly shift forward. Exhale as you slowly unwind and reach that right leg all the way out long. We're going to shake it out 1 to 2 times. And then spread your feet about mat distance apart. Re-walk the flesh out from underneath your sits bones so those sits bones are grounded down towards the earth. We're going to flex the right toes back towards your face. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you start to hinge forward. Chest comes in between the thighs. Arms lengthen out long. Tuck your chin to your chest and let yourself fold. Finding long inhales and exhales here. Allow your body to fold forward. Allow everything to grow heavy as you completely relax into this posture. Let's find one more long breath. Then as you inhale, you're slowly going to start to roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Head's going to be the last thing to rise. Now from here, we're going to start to bend the knees in towards the chest and then shift so we're going to be horizontal on the mat. Once you're here, you're going to open your legs out wide, coming into our straddle position. So toes are going to flex back towards the face. We're going to ground that right hand down to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale as you lengthen the left fingertips up, and then exhale as you start to hinge and fold over towards that right foot. So we're reaching left fingertips for those right toes. Keep flexing both feet back towards your face. Inhale as you lengthen and relax that left shoulder away from the ear. Exhale as you start to fold a little deeper. One more breath on this side. Then inhale as you slowly start to rise up, drop that left hand down, reach the right fingertips up. Exhale as you hinge and fold over towards the other side. So again, right fingertips are reaching for left toes. Both toes are reaching back towards your face. Feet are flexed. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper. Then on your next breath, we're slowly going to rise on up. Both hands plant right underneath the shoulders. Reflex through the feet. Inhale as you grow your spine long. Exhale as you start to melt your heart forward, coming onto either forearms, elbows, or if you're super open, maybe you can lengthen the arms all the way out long. So just coming into your deepest version of your straddle pose stretch, your straddle split. So you can even stay here with nice straight arms, hands just grounded firmly in towards the earth. We just want to make sure that the feet stay flexed back towards the face the entire time. So wherever you're at, try to find those long inhales and exhales. Inhale, lengthen the spine nice and long. Exhale, fold. We'll find 2 more breaths. Last inhale and exhale here. Then on your next breath, we're slowly going to start to rise on up, nice and slow. Then we're going to plant the hands behind the hips. Start to slide the legs together as you just kind of roll back onto the sits bones. Then from here, we're going to start to swing those legs around and shift into your tabletop pose. So shoulders will stack right on top of the wrist. Hips are going to stack right on top of those knees. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your chest, throat, and gaze for cow. Exhale as you round through the spine, chin towards your chest, belly button to spine. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, belly draws in. 1 more round here, inhale for cow. And exhale, find your cat. On your next breath, slowly come back to that neutral spine. So we're coming in back to that tabletop pose. We're going to turn that left leg out to the side. So you're just going to shift your left toes over to the left side of the mat. Left hand's going to stay down. Right leg's going to lengthen back behind you as you shift your weight onto that left knee. Right foot plants down towards the earth and reach those right fingertips out long overhead. So nice long side body stretch. We're really pressing into that left hand so you can round those right ribs up to the sky. 1 more breath. Then on your next inhale, reach those right fingertips up to the sky. And as you exhale, those right hand is going to fall back behind you. So you're going to start to open your chest and lift your gaze towards the sky. Big inhale. 1 more time. Exhale, let it all the way out. On your next breath, let those right fingertips float back up to the sky. Shift your gaze down towards that bottom hand. Draw your belly to spine. Then use the core to lift straight up. We're going to drop that right hand down to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up, and then exhale, start to hinge and fold over towards those right toes. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale as you start to cartwheel those arms down. Keep that right leg out long. We're going to spin that left leg back around. So we're coming into a modified tabletop here. Right leg is extended back behind us. Inhale as you start to drop the belly, lift the chest, throat, and gaze. Exhale as you start to round through the spine, belly draws in, chin to our chest. 2 more times like that. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Last time, inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Then on your next inhale, find that nice neutral position. We're going to step the left foot back to meet the right. So we're coming into that high plank. Draw your belly in. Shoulders are stacking right on top of the wrist. Then on your next inhale, you're gonna press the hips all the way back and up. Coming into our downward facing dog, you can start to pedal out the feet. Maybe even shake the head yes and no. We really want to spread our fingers wide here. Relax our shoulders away from the ears. Let your chin tuck towards your chest. And then press the hips up and back. One more big long breath here in our downward dog. Then on your next inhale, bend through those knees. Take a look at the hands. You're going to slowly walk 1 foot at a time, all the way up towards the top of the mat. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. As you inhale, rise up, half fold, flat back, spine is nice and long. Hands can either be on the mat or on the shins. And then we'll exhale, take that forward fold, chest to the thighs, nose to the knees. We'll bend through the knees here, grab opposite elbows, let yourself hang, and maybe add that gentle rock side to side. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it all the way out. We'll slowly start to come back to center. Release your arms all the way down towards the earth. Bend through the knees and slowly start to roll all the way up. 1 vertebra at a time. Head's going to be the last thing to rise. So we're coming all the way up to standing. We're going to meet in our mountain pose. So our feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Arms are going to be down by our side. Roll those shoulders back and away from the ears. Take a breath here in stillness. Then on your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Palms will touch. Exhale as you start to hinge and fold forward. Inhale, rise up, half fold, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step back to your high plank, and then we'll take a vinyasa here, option to drop those knees. So either way, whether knees are lifted or knees are dropped, we're gonna inhale, rock forward, shoulders past the wrist. Exhale as you hug your elbows in, lower down. Inhale as you rise up to your cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale as you send the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet. Maybe even shake your head yes and no. Find those long breaths in and out. All right, then we're going to slide our feet side by side so the toes are touching, heels are about 1 inch apart. On your next breath in, you're going to send those right foot all the way up to the sky. Flex through the toes and try to drop that right hip so it's in line with the left. We're feeling a really big stretch on the back of that left leg. One more long breath here. Then from here, start to open the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot, heel comes to the outer left hip, coming to that down dog scorpion. Big breath in and out. Then on your next inhale, lift those right foot back up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're slowly going to step the right foot in between those hands. Keeping the hips high, back heel stays lifted. Inhale as you peel all 10 fingers up to the sky. Drop the hips nice and low. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, coming into our high crescent lunge. So we want that right knee to stay stacked right on top of the ankle the entire time. Let's find one more long breath here. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to open our arms out to that goalpost or cactus position. So same thing that we were doing in the beginning of class. We're going to inhale, start to arch the back, lift the chest, throat, and gaze for your cow. Exhale as you round through the spine, forearms and palms come together. Draw your elbows towards your belly button, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale as you open back up, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale as you start to round through the spine, find that cat. One more time, inhale, open the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, draw it back in. From here, start to rise back to center. Reach the arms up to the sky with your inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly hinge forward. Left hand grounds down to the inside of the right foot. And then inhale, peel those right fingertips up to the sky as we take our twist. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale to twist deeper as you shift your gaze. One more time. All right, now from here, we're going to start to roll onto the outside edge of that back foot. So the pinky toe side of that left foot is going to start to come down towards the floor. As you do this, you're going to feel your hips start to drop. You're going to feel this knee start to open up. Reach that right hand back behind you as you drop the hips nice and low. Feel that big stretch through that hip and IT band. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, lift all the way back up. Draw that left heel or that left ball of the foot back down towards the earth. Frame that front foot with both hands. Tuck those back toes and then inhale, sweep that right leg all the way back up to the sky for our three-legged down dog. One more big long breath. Then we'll slowly start to drop that right foot back down towards the floor, coming back to that Ardha Mukha downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. Beautiful. Then on your next inhale, we're slowly going to start to bend through the knees. Shift forward as you drop your knees back down towards the mat. Once we're here, untuck the toes, find that tabletop position. And you can take any little movements that feel good for you. Maybe some cat and cows, maybe some little body rolls. So any little free flow movement that feels good for you and your body. And whenever you're ready, we're going to gently start to meet back in center. All right, now from here, we're going to turn those right toes out to the side of the mat. Right hand stays down, left leg lengthens back as you reach that left arm up and over. Side body stretch. So feeling this length from the left fingertips all the way down towards those left toes. And then we're really pressing into that bottom hand so we can round those left ribs up to the sky. Let's find one more breath. Then inhale as you reach those left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale as you start to let that left hand fall back behind you. Open your chest, lift the gaze, getting that big stretch through the front of the shoulder. And that's corner of the chest. One more long breath here. Then inhale as you peel those left fingertips back to the sky. Shift your gaze down towards that bottom hand, then use the core to lift yourself straight up. That left leg still lengthened out long. We'll drop that left hand down to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, peel the right fingertips up. Exhale, hinge and fold over towards the left. So really big stretch through that right side body. Let's find one more long breath. Breathe into it. Then inhale as you slowly start to rise up. Exhale, cartwheel those arms down and spin back around to that modified tabletop position. So left leg's going to be lengthened out long behind us. And then we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, throat, and gaze for cow. Exhale as you round the spine, chin to chest. 2 more times, inhale for cow. And exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. And then we'll slowly come back to that neutral spine. Draw your belly to spine. And then step the right foot back to meet the left. So coming into that high plank, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Start to find that stability. Start to find that heat in the core. Take one more inhale.
Exhale as you press your hips all the way up and back, coming into our downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha. You can pedal out the feet. Maybe even shake the head yes and no. We'll find 2 more long inhales and exhales. Last one. Then from here, step your feet side by side. We'll inhale, reach those left toes all the way back up to the sky for a 3-legged down dog. You can point and flex through the foot. And then we'll inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale as you open the hip, bend through the knee, flex the foot, coming into that down dog scorpion. On your next breath in, lift those left toes back towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to step that left foot in between the hands. Back heel stays lifted. As you peel all 10 fingers up to the sky with your inhale, drop your hips nice and low. Left knee stays stacked on top of the ankle the entire time. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Big breath in. All right, then bring your arms out to that goalpost or cactus position. We're going to inhale, start to arch the back, lift the chest, throat, and gaze. Exhale as you draw the palms and forearms together, find that cat. Inhale, open back up for cow. Following your own breath here, so if we're not paired up, that's okay. One last time, inhale, find your cow. Exhale, find that cat. And then we'll inhale, rise all the way back to center, reach the arms towards the sky. And then exhale as you hinge forward. Right hand's gonna ground down right underneath the shoulder. Inhale, peel those left fingertips up to the sky, take your twist. One more long breath here. Beautiful. Inhale as you start to lengthen and roll onto that outer pinky toe side of the right foot. Exhale as you start to drop the hips low. Open that left knee out to the side and reach those left fingertips towards your right foot. So we're getting a little stretch through that left hip and IT band. Let's find one more long breath. Then on your next inhale, lift the hips back up. Exhale, start to cartwheel that left hand down, frame the front foot with both hands. Now from here, we're gonna keep that big bend through the left foot and then just slide the right foot up halfway. So we want our hips to be square to the front 2 corners of the mat. Inhale as you lengthen really nice and long. Exhale as you start to hinge and fold forward, coming into our pyramid pose. So chest is coming down to the thigh, nose is coming down to the knee. That right foot's at a slight angle. Your left toe should be facing towards the top of the mat. Your hands can either be on the mat or they can come down to some blocks or books. Really draw your belly button towards the spine for lots of engagement through that core. One more breath here. Then on your next inhale, you're going to rise up halfway. So coming into that nice long spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Use your core to lift all the way back up to standing. Now from here, we're going to just keep the feet where they are. You're just going to shift. So we're going to be horizontal on the mat. Feet are going to be just a little bit wider than hip distance. So we're not going all the way out into that wide angle forward fold. Feet are just slightly wider than the hips. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you start to hinge forward. Grab onto the outsides of the calves, ankles, or feet, and then really pull yourself down. So chin tucks in towards the chest, crown of the head melts towards the floor. One more long breath here. Just folding however deeply you can. Then on your next inhale, slowly rise up to your half fold flat back. Bring your hands to the hips, engage through the core, and use the core to lift yourself all the way back up to standing. So now our feet are staying exactly where they are. You're just gonna spin towards the back of the mat. So we're gonna take that pyramid pose towards the other side. So now your right foot should be in front, that left foot should be back behind. Both hips are squaring towards the back 2 corners. Inhale as you reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale as you start to melt forward, chest comes down to the thigh, nose down towards the knee. Let your head hang heavy. And really breathe into that back of the right thigh. One more long breath here. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to peel yourself up to your half fold flat back. Bring the hands to the hips. Use the core to rise all the way back to standing. Now from here, we're going to bend through that right knee. Step the left foot up to meet the right. So we're facing towards the back of the mat. Toes should be together. Heels should be about 1 inch apart. Arms are going to be down by our side, coming back into that mountain pose. Then we'll inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale as you hinge forward and fold. Inhale, rise up, half fold, flat back. Exhale as you plant the hands, step it all the way back to our high plank. Shoulders stack on top of the wrist. Inhale as you reach forward. Exhale as you take your vinyasa. Inhale, rise up, cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Find a few resting breaths here. Whatever movement your body needs. Or honoring if your body is asking for more stillness right now. All right, we'll meet back in that Ardha Mukha, and inhale, reach those right toes back up to the sky. Exhale as you draw that right foot in between those hands. Back heel's gonna drop down. You're gonna cartwheel your arms up and open to T and find your warrior 2. So right knee is stacking right on top of the ankle. Back heel is grounded down. Arms are open and shoulders are right in line with the elbows, wrists, and fingertips. Gaze is over that right middle finger. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Big breath in. Then on your next inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward. Exhale all the way back for a reverse. Inhale as you slowly rise all the way back to that warrior 2, Virabhadrasana B. And then we're going to straighten that front leg. Keep your arms at T. Reach forward as far as you can with your inhale, and then exhale, drop down into your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Gazes towards that top hand, and that bottom hand can come to the inside of the calf, the ankle, the foot, or peace fingers towards the big toes. One more big long breath here. Then we'll shift our gaze down towards that bottom hand. Draw your belly to spine as you inhale, slowly rise on up. Keep your arms towards T. We're going to shift those right toes to face towards the side of the mat. So we're all going to be horizontal here. Turn your toes in, heels slightly out. Keep your arms at T. Inhale as you lift the chest and lengthen. Exhale as you start to hinge forward and grab onto the outside of the calves, ankles, or feet. Tuck your chin to your chest and pull yourself down. Coming into our Prasarita. One more big long breath. And then inhale as you rise up halfway. Draw the hands to the hips. Use your core to lift all the way back to standing with a nice strong spine. Beautiful. We'll keep our hands at the hips. Keep that right foot where it is. You're just going to turn the left toes to face towards the top of the mat. Take a big bend through that left knee. Knee is stacking right on top of the ankle. And then we'll inhale, open our arms out to our T. Shift our gaze over that left middle finger. Find your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana B. So shoulders relaxing away from the ears. One more breath here. Then on your next breath, flip that front palm, reach forward, exhale all the way back for your reverse. Inhale as you slowly rise back to that warrior two. Straighten that front leg, keep both arms at T. Reach forward as far as you can, and then exhale, drop down once you've reached your edge, coming into our Trikonasana, your triangle pose. So shoulders are stacked, gaze is lifted towards that top hand. Find one more long breath. Then inhale, slowly shift your gaze down towards that bottom hand. Draw your belly to spine and use the core to lift all the way back to standing. We're going to release our arms down by our side. Left toes are going to turn and face back towards that long side of the mat. So coming back into that horizontal position. We're going to release our arms down behind the spine. Interlace your fingers behind the hips. Roll those shoulders back as you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale as you start to hinge forward, coming back to that Prasarita. Tuck your chin to your chest, crown of the head comes down towards the earth. Let your arms open up past the head. So feeling that really big stretch through the fronts of the shoulders, that really big stretch in the backs of the thighs and those hamstrings and calves. One more long breath. Then on your next inhale, use your core to lift yourself all the way back to standing with a nice flat spine. Release your hands down, shake it out. And then we're going to turn those left toes to face towards the top of the mat. Big bend through that left knee as you cartwheel the arms down. Tuck through the back toes, step the left foot back, and then press the hips back up to the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Find one more breath here. Then slowly start to bend through those knees and drop the knees all the way down towards the floor. We're going to bring our toes together, knees wide. Let the hips sink all the way back down towards the heels as you lengthen the arms out long. Bring your forehead to the floor and find your child's pose. You can use this time to slow your breath. You can use this time to refocus your attention and bring yourself back to the practice. Allow this time to just slow yourself down, slowing the body and mind and breath. We'll find one more breath in child's pose. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to press and rise on up. We're going to swing those legs around and come onto our seat as you stretch the legs out long. Glue the legs together, walk the flesh out from underneath your sits bones, toes are flexing back towards the face. Big inhale as you reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale as you start to hinge forward and fold, chest to thighs, nose to knee. And notice how this fold feels compared to the one before, compared to those ones at the very beginning of class. Notice if the hamstrings and calves are a little bit more open. One more big long breath here. And then as you inhale, slowly roll yourself on up one vertebra at a time. We're going to bend through the knees and scoot your seat up towards about the middle of the mat. Feet are going to be at the top of the mat. Grab onto the backs of the thighs and then slowly roll all the way down and hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe take a gentle rock side to side on the spine. And then we're going to reach down, grab onto the outsides of the feet. Knees coming towards your armpits as you find your happy baby pose.
Again, maybe take that gentle rock side to side on the spine. Whenever you're ready, start to hug your thighs back in towards the chest. Give yourself one more hug. And then we're going to plant both feet down on the mat. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. So knees are pointing up towards the sky. Inhale as you lengthen that right leg up to the sky, and then exhale, bend through the knee. Right ankle is going to connect towards that left knee. Right toes stay flexed. Option to stay here, or if you want to go a little deeper, let that left foot float up off the mat. Grab onto the back of the thigh. And then we'll flex through those right toes. Keep pressing the right knee forward and hug both thighs in towards your chest. Figure 4. Slow your breath. Maybe even close the eyes here. And focus your breath, your attention and awareness towards that right hip and IT band. Let's find 2 more long breaths as you hug the legs in a little bit closer with each exhale. Last time. And slowly begin to release your grasp of the hands. Let that left foot float back down towards the floor. So right ankle is going to stay connected towards that left knee. Open your arms back towards that goalpost or cactus arms and let the arms relax all the way down towards the floor. From here, keeping that right ankle connected, we're just going to drop the legs over towards that left side. Then once here, you can shift your gaze over that right shoulder, coming into a little spinal twist. So your right knee should still be pointing up to the sky. That left leg should be relaxed all the way down towards the earth. Maybe even soften the eyes here. Allow your body and breath to slow. Signaling to your brain that your practice is starting to come to an end. As we take these slow, intentional movements to really just bring yourself back to that place of stillness. One more breath in this twist. And then we'll inhale, slowly start to lift the legs back to center. You can uncross that right leg, plant the foot back down on the earth. Feet are hip distance apart, knees point up to the sky, switching sides. Inhale, lengthen the left leg up. Crossing it over, so left ankle connects towards that right thigh. Option to stay here, or let that right foot float up off the mat, grabbing onto the back of the thigh. Left foot stays flexed the entire time. Then using your breath, you can hug both legs in towards the chest, getting that really nice big stretch through that left hip and IT band. I like to close my eyes here so I can really tap into the muscles, really tap into the stretch. We have about 2 more breaths. And really use your exhales to hug the legs in a little bit closer each time. One more breath. Slowly start to release and let that right foot plant back down towards the earth. We're going to open those arms back to that goalpost position and rest the arms all the way down on the mat. Keeping that left ankle connected, gently drop both legs over towards that right side. Once you're there, you can shift your gaze over that left shoulder, finding that spinal twist. One more long breath on this side. Then using your inhale, slowly start to rise the legs back to center. We're going to uncross that left leg, plant the foot back down on the mat. Spread your feet about mat distance apart, knees are still bent. And we're just going to windshield wiper those legs side to side. Then whenever you're ready, meet with the knees back to center and slowly hug both legs back and towards the chest, wrapping your arms around the fronts of the shins, maybe even curling up into a tight little ball, drawing your forehead towards the knees. And slowly releasing all the way back down. Once we're here, you have the opportunity and the freedom to take any last minute movements your body needs before finding our Shavasana. So maybe just a gentle rock side to side, maybe you want to take another happy baby pose, or maybe you want to do something a little bit more active, like a inversion, maybe a shoulder stand. You can also do a nice passive inversion with your legs up the wall, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang out here for just a few breaths. But you can take any last minute movements that your body wants. We have about 2 more breaths wherever we're at. And last, biggest inhale and exhale. Then whenever you're ready, slowly start to find your way into your most comfortable reclined position. So sending those legs out long. Walking your feet out about as wide as the mat and allow the ankles to roll open naturally. Arms are going to come down by your side, palms face up or palms face down. So we're coming into our final rest, our corpse pose. Allow your shoulders to roll under and away from the ears, so we're creating space for the collarbones. And you just want to get all those wiggles out, find that most comfortable position. You can also use some props if you want to. And once you're all settled in, we're going to soften through the eyes and start to reconnect to your natural breath. So finding that natural ebb and flow of the breath here. So losing that breath control and just finding your natural rhythm as you start to let go. There is nothing to do. There is nothing to change. And there is nothing to fix. All you have to do is rest. And I'll let you know when it's time to rise. slowly begin to deepen your breath. You start to invite movement back to the body. You can maybe wiggle the fingers and toes, or circle the wrists and ankles. And then from here, gently begin to hug your thighs in towards the chest, giving yourself a big ol' hug. And in your own time, gently start to roll onto your right side, resting on your arm as a pillow in fetal position. And then using the strength of your arms, slowly start to push yourself up. We're going to find a nice, comfortable seat. Hands are going to be at heart center. Thumbs are plugged in towards the breastbone for one long line of energy. Once we're here, we're going to take one last round of breath together. So let's all take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out, open mouth. And from the honey of my heart to each of yours, thank you for sharing your light, your presence, your power, and practice with me this morning. I hope you all are well, happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are in the world. And the light in me honors, sees, and loves the light in each one of you. Namaste.